is I have this motto, and I think a lot of you guys have heard me say this over time, that is, if you tell the truth, you don't have to have a memory. And so I have to come clean right now and tell everybody that I've told a lie. But I think when it's all said and done, and I get judged, I think that the lie will have been worth telling. And last year, the very first thing we did, if you remember, is we handed out an Inpro Seal Excellence Award. And we handed it out to Megan, who I also need to apologize to in absentia for not mentioning that she isn't here because she's home with her new baby and doing everybody's doing well, and she's actually sent me a nice presentation to do on her behalf. 4 slides, so we'll get through it relatively quick. But so send all your best wishes to Megan. But we got talking about it, and Chris and Andre and I talked, and we're like, well, you know, if you don't have anybody to hand it out to, it just shouldn't be arbitrarily that we're going to hand this award out every day. So we decided, you know, as far as some people know, that we're not going to do it. And in a minute, you'll know the reason we said that we had to do it that way. So I think when we go through life and we have to look back at our lives and we see how other people go through lives, I'm sure you've all said, man, I'm having a really bad day, but then I look at what's going on over here, maybe my day isn't that bad, right? We've all had that happen. Or maybe your day is the worst thing in the world and I really could care less what's going on. But I think that we're very fortunate in this company to have a lot of people that share a lot of experiences with each other and let us know how they're doing. And maybe your day gets a little better because you were able to share it with somebody else. Because in an organization this size, with 30 people in the room and then you take it to the people back at the factory, you know, I think we've got a pretty cool set of relationships. When we were meeting yesterday with Chris, towards the end of the meeting, you know, one of the questions he put up on the board is who are we? You know, what are we, who are we? And I think, Neil, you were the first one to answer. And what Neil said, and it really hit home, and one of the most important things that we are, is that we're a family. And given everything we've been through together, some of us have been here 100 years, right, Lyman? 101. Some of us have been here a few weeks or a month. You came in immediately, felt quite at home by the way things looked right there. People took you in. You kind of get a sense of what you're going to be a part of. That we're very blessed to have this family environment. And so for me personally, and for a lot of people in this room, the person that we're going to hand this award out has probably gone through some, what I'll call a higher level of struggles than the rest, as a family, as a person, as an employee. And so I guess I can't probably go a whole lot farther without giving the whole thing away. So what we did last night at dinner is another thing, and we'll get into that in a minute. So Chris and Andre and I decided, you know, we're going to hand this award out, right? And the name that came up immediately was a no-brainer. And that person is Jason Putnam. Chops on a regular basis, and I'm absolutely going to take the opportunity to do that right now. So we had to lie to you about the award because you have to order. And your budget is $25. Because if we let him order what he wants, it probably wouldn't be able to get it out of the room. And the other surprise we have for you is that we asked Melanie to come and see you accept the award. She knew about it. I never lied to her. So Jason all this time was kind of bummed out because we weren't going to hand out this award, but I really couldn't tell him what was going on. So we told Mel about it last week and asked her to come down because we thought it'd be unique. And I think everybody knows, right, the support system that goes on between these two. We know what Mel's challenges have been, mostly putting up with Jason. I mean, probably the difficult of the two, right? No, seriously, Melanie's a double lung transplant, doing very well. Look at her smiling over there, even though she's attached to this. She's still thrive. We've become very close over the years, our families. And so, you know, we just wanted Jason to know how much we appreciate you do for us. You know, I got a picture, what was it, last week when you were at the hospital? You were out like a light in a chair, and tubes running into you. And Jason's sitting at the window working on his computer, doing work on behalf of us. So it shows a level of commitment both ways. And so when your day might not be going as good as you think it is, maybe we just take a look and gain some benefit. And correct me if I'm wrong, life's not judged by the number of breaths you take, but by the time life takes your breath away, correct? I gotta get it. See, I've learned all these things. And the other really cool thing I have is if I need something from Jason and I don't get what I need,
oh man,
I have it.
He uses it.
And I use it.
Don't wear it out, Jim.
No, I think I've still got some in the bank, right?
You do.
There's been a few nights on the couch. There's been a few nights walking home in the cold weather, but basically, you know, the marketing materials have come through. So, you know, if you need to pull that trigger to see me, I'm kind of cautious with how I use it.
I was going to say, only you can use that.
Yeah. No, well, Melody decides who can use it. But anyway, you know, in the spirit of the award, right, it's about excellence. That's the title. But we are a family. We support each other. You know, we love each other. We take care of each other. We fight with each other. We argue with each other. We share information with each other. But this is a cool sales meeting that we always come to because when we walk out of this room, we all go somewhere together. We don't go in different directions. We spend our time together. We have families come with us. Granted, we're up here where it's a little bit colder and some of our families don't travel. But we felt it fitting that that'd be the way that it goes. So congratulations. Melanie, congratulations. And so, Chris, you got anything you'd like to add?
Oh yeah.
And we're not done.
Oh, yeah.
But you do have to buy your reports.
First of all, super lame that we're having you order your own awards, so you can calm down and push the button. And I have learned this trick from Jim about hauling mouse, so I've got his wife's number on my side. It's really awesome. But yeah, I think you know, Jason, the contribution he gives to Inpro Seal and of course the support from home has been really, really great. And you know, we have he's one of 2 marketing people at Olive Cook and Waukesha.
Who's the other?
And what's that?
Who's the other?
Krista.
And he does an excellent job for us, and is always willing to help and puts a smile on everybody's face no matter what. So appreciate your contributions, and seriously, I'll come push that button.
It's a very special award.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you so much.
All right, so that's the.
Well done, Jason.
Come on. Huh? Who are the Founders Award winners that are in the room? Can y'all come up, please?
All of us?
Yeah, I think it's in the Alabama sweatshirt if you want. Wait till the service event. Wait till the service event because I think Jason's outdone himself. Yeah, fine. I'm sure Melanie picked it out and told me
I did, because I have to wear it too, so.
So the second thing we do each year, right, is we vote on what we call the Founders Award. And last night we decided, given what we were talking about here this morning, about family, about commitment, and about the things that Dave, we even had to call Jason. I think my text is the award was. So we wanted to find out, and you know what Dave's vision was, we were always a family. And I think, you know, Neil, when you mentioned that yesterday, that's amazing that where we are today, that still exists. And from people that visit Inpro and that I have the chance to talk to, they say, not that we don't have our share of challenges. We're always going to in a business, especially when we're trying to grow and solve difficult problems. But the feedback I always get is I'm amazed at how well people get along when they travel through our company and how well we come together. And when we talk about Exxon this afternoon and the effort across the world to put together a presentation that got put together in, 48 hours. And so all of these people up here have been voted founders winners by the sales team, because it's voted for by the sales team. And since they are the founders, except you weren't, right? So, but you're just kind of stuck there, so just behave. So we decided last night at dinner that we could take control of the whole thing. Kind of rig the election, so to speak. And I've talked to a few people, and we're not going to get any of disagreement. And so, in light of, and I'm rambling a little bit because it's kind of difficult to get through some of this, but in light of everything that we talked about with Jason and Melanie, we thought it would be really cool to give Melanie the founder. Yeah. Because I think what Jason and Melanie represent to Inpro and to all of us as humans.
I was not expecting that.
Well, we knew that. That's the cool part. But what they represent to us and what they represent to me personally is they make me better. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, we weren't planning that. We're off together.
I do want to say this. You know, it's amazing. I've been here for 12 years. And it's amazing. When I started 12 years ago, to think that I could stand amongst this group and be considered part of that is just, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, nothing against everyone else, but I mean, this one. But, you know, that I can be considered part of the team. Sid, Arthur, Matt, Boyd, Mike, Jim, Joe.
And what's your name?
That is huge. I mean, that is huge. And that means more to me than anything. And I really appreciate that. I mean, I really do. And Jim talks about family. You guys probably remember this. I don't know how many others were here. But that sales meeting after Mel's transplant, which was in 2012, I mean, I bawled my eyes out after my presentation. I think you were there, Allison. And it was all because of family, because I couldn't do what I do without the support of all of you and the support of Inpro Seal. I've said it many times, and I'll say it again. You know, I lived in a hospital when Mel was getting transplanted for 3 months. And during that time, I was allowed to work. Didn't have to worry about anything, didn't have to worry. I mean, I did what I could do, and that was good enough. And it was because of that we made it. I mean, in all honesty. Because if I had to stay home and couldn't take care of my wife or take care of my family, and if I had to leave, if I lost my job because of it, I mean, there would have been really tough stuff on the horizon, and that wasn't the case. Because this place is so great, and because we really are a family around here, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I really appreciate that. I did not see this coming. I did not see this coming at all. But I mean, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm so like completely flabbergasted right now. I didn't expect that at all. But I did want to say that I'm very, first I'm very humbled by that. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys are like amazing. And I always say that I don't know how long I'm gonna live. We all know that. I've already lived 6 years, and that's like very long for somebody in my situation. But one of my favorite and something I'm so thankful for is that when my time is done, I'm so thankful that Jay has you guys. Because you guys have all been so good to our family. And I'm being very serious. There's no way I could have gotten through all of this without you guys. So I'm so thankful that when my days comes, whether that's tomorrow or in a year, that
20 years from now.
nobody's ever lived 20 years with a lung transplant. But I'm just so thankful that he has such a good family here to support him and stuff like that. So thank you so much. And you guys have no idea. I'm like, this is like my biggest, I thank God for